Hey, what's up everybody? Today we got a lot of news for the Creeping Winter DLC update and also just Minecraft dungeons in general. So I'm just gonna cut to the chase and point out all of the most important things that you should know. We got a new item shown off, the bees that we've seen pictures of in a lot of teasers. We have gameplay of them. We also got some blog posts that talk about some really cool stuff. One of them giving us the option to literally download a character save file that already comes leveled up and has unlocked all of the levels on default mode. I'm here as always giving you all of the latest news on Minecraft Dungeons as soon as it comes out. I have so much fun doing so thank you all so much for stopping by and watching this video. Alright, let's get into it. So first of all, we have the Twitter post with the teaser footage and also the caption. I'll just read the caption real quick so you'll all have the full grasp on everything here. Is Creeping Winter DLC included with the Hero Pass? Tell me again about daily trials and how I access them. Also, one more thing, can I get help from those industrious looking bees? We've answered all these questions and more in our FAQs, and then we are given a link. Now this link leads to multiple blog posts that I will get to right after this teaser and just point out all of the most important things from these. Alrighty, so with this gameplay clip, what we see right off the bat is a bee nest getting spawned by a player, and that means that the way that we summon these bees is through an artifact. I thought previously that it could either be because of the bee armor that the character is wearing, or possibly because of an artifact, and it ended up being an artifact. So it's cool to finally see gameplay of this. It looks like this bee nest spawns up to 4 bees, and if any bees die during the duration of this nest being up, it will keep spawning bees until your bee counter is back up to 4. These bees look like they do a lot of damage, and they do not have a big health pool. So they're more of a glass cannon type of pet. You want to use these for damage. They're not really going to be good for tanking especially. Still though, I can definitely see some potential for these bees. I wonder what it would look like if you have 3 of these nests. Maybe we can see some madness with the bees. Now we do also have some new mob types here, including the new frozen zombie, chillagers, and also strays, but I've talked about all of those before. And the map that we are on looks really cool. It has the same carpet that was in the previous gameplay teaser that I just analyzed the other day, and if you haven't seen that video, I really recommend you do so. And I think it's going to be my favorite out of all the Creeping Winter DLC levels, and maybe all of the levels in Minecraft Dungeons in general. Finally, I want to bring your attention to one more thing. The sword that we see in action is actually a new item. It is not one that currently exists. There are multiple options as to where this sword could come from. It could just be a brand new weapon. That's definitely possible. It could be a combination of some weapons, like for example the fighter's bindings and the dancer's sword. This weapon attacks pretty fast, as the fighter's bindings attack really fast, and then the colors on it are exactly like the dancer's swords are. Thing is though, when this weapon attacks, its animation is different from both the fighter's bindings and the dancer's sword. It looks more like the animation from the spears, when you have those kind of circular waves going towards your enemies whenever you attack them. Overall, a lot of stuff could work for this one, but it is definitely new. That about does it for the footage teaser, but now let's get into the blogs, which are really interesting. Now there are a lot of blogs here that address certain frequently asked questions, but I'm just going to pick out the most important ones for you all. If you want to read through all of the blogs and everything in them, then I will make sure to leave the link down for you in the description below so you can do so. First up, I want to look at the FAQ that addresses the Jungle Awakens DLC and the Creeping Winter DLC. However, I will be focusing on the Creeping Winter DLC section because that is what is important right now. First up, it says that the Creeping Winter DLC will be released on September 8th at 12 a.m. Pacific time. I feel bad for all of you that are starting your school years on this exact day. Hopefully you are able to manage your first day and at the same time also maybe get some game time in. Now I want to talk about the section that says what is included with the Creeping Winter DLC, and we have some interesting stuff here. The article says that the source of the Creeping Winter kind of manifestation that is taking over everything it touches is created by the Wretched Wraith, which I'm guessing is going to be the boss for the Creeping Winter DLC. We also already have the model for the Wretched Wraith, but I know that some of you may not want to see it, so for that reason I'm going to make it very clear when I'm about to show it, and then when I'm done showing it I'll also say. So for those of you who want to see it, you can, and for those of you who don't, you don't have to. Look away right now if you don't want to see it. Look away. Okay, you better be looking away. I'm gonna show it on the screen. Boom, it's on the screen. There is what I'm pretty certain the new boss is gonna be. We got a early little sneak peek of that, but There we go. I took it off the screen, so if you didn't want to see it, you can look back now. And yeah, that was the Wretched Wraith boss model. I'm not going to say much about the model for the Wretched Wraith because it is a boss for the next DLC, and I know some people don't really want to know about it, so I'm not going to say anything, but there it is. And we're also told about a new Ice Lodger that we're going to have. That's a new mob. That may be the mob that we've been calling the Chillager the whole time, or maybe it's just a mob that they literally have not shown us at all within the teasers so far. Both may be a possibility because Ice Lodger, that does kind of make sense with what we've been seeing from the Chillager, as it has been hurling ice at players. It also says we're going to get a bunch of new items, and then it actually names some of the items that we've seen, like the Bee Nest Armor and the Buzzy Nest Artifact. So the Buzzy Nest Artifact is going to be the one that summons the bees, and then the Bee Nest Armor is the one that we see the character wearing in the teaser. Next up, let's talk about the new info on the daily trials that we have. So this says that daily trials will make changes to game mechanics which provide difficult, experimental, or fun challenges for you to overcome. It doesn't say and, so sometimes these challenges will not be difficult and they will only be experimental, or they will only be fun. I mean, I'm not especially happy to hear this because I'm somebody that wants all of them to be really difficult, but I know it's good to have variety, and I know that not everybody really wants everything to be really hard, so it makes sense. It says that they consist of existing levels, and then they will have modifications to the game mechanics. The trials will have positive, which will be green, and then negative, which will be red, modifiers to the game mechanics. And it says we will have multiple daily trials every day that will be cycled daily. Now, there are going to be 2 daily trials for people who only own the base version of the game, but then for each DLC you own, you will have another daily trial for that specific DLC map. So if you have the Creeping Winter DLC and the Jungle Awakens DLC as well, you will gain 4 daily trials every single day. That's a lot. The daily trials will get reset every day at midnight in your local time zone. Now, this is interesting because the loot that we will be getting will come in the form of items, and they will actually be a higher power level than what you can get from anything else. I'm guessing that the items that you get will change based on whatever the map is selected for the certain daily trial you are doing, so that will make it more difficult to get the items that you want with a high power level, but it is still possible. You'll be able to access the daily trials from the mission select screen, so they are very accessible, and you can do them alone or you can do them with others. Also, in order to make it up to players that had their characters corrupted or deleted somehow, Minecraft Dungeons has now actually given us a character save file that you can download, and it already comes as being level 36 and power level 35, and it has all of the base levels unlocked on default difficulty, so you can do Obsidian Pinnacle right away. You are given a pretty good amount of gear for this character as well, so you should be able to keep up with the mobs that are at your power level. It then gives you a guide on how you can set everything up, so if you do want to get a character that already has the default mode unlocked, you can go to the article, I'll link it, and you can easily get a new character that can already defeat Obsidian Pinnacle. And then finally, we have an article that details the release of Minecraft Dungeons physical copies. So it says that the physical copies will be released in the form of the Hero Edition, which also comes with the Jungle Awakens DLC and Creeping Winter DLC, and this will come out on September 8th, so on the same day as the Creeping Winter DLC comes out, and it will come out for Xbox One, Nintendo Switch, and PlayStation 4. And it says that only the Hero Edition of Minecraft Dungeons will be available through hardcover copy. Anyways, everybody, that was all of the news today. Definitely a lot of cool stuff uncovered through the teaser and the articles. We are discovering a lot of new items through these teasers, so that's very cool. And the bee artifact was also awesome to see in game. Let me know what your thoughts are on everything that we discussed today. Make sure to go check out my top 10 coolest items in Minecraft Dungeons video if you haven't yet. That video was a lot of fun to make, and it's definitely a fun watch. But other than that, leave a like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out, everybody.